Yeah, it's such an accessible series, and of course, it's what has brought you and I and these players and everyone on production together. Such a magical experience with this series, and super happy that we have it and that there's something to keep us busy during this quarantine, like you said, Rod. And of course, global pandemic going on, can't leave your house. What else is there to do but play some good old Smash? Now, Min Min versus Rob, this is going to be a fight from long range, and I think if anyone wants to get close and close the distance, it actually might be Rob. You got that cooldown time on your laser. You can only put one gyro on the field at the same time, and Min Min, she plays the mid-range a lot stronger tthan pretty much every character in the game. So if the projectiles are off the table, we might see Kuroponzu want to get right up in Omuatsu's face, start chopping him at him with the down tilts, the forward airs, all of Rob's cool up-close pressure tools. But so far, it looks like they have no intentions of getting near each other just yet.
No doubt about that. And what's crazy is, of all the Min Min matches that we watch, because you and I, we do a different thing throughout the week. We get a healthy amount of Min Min in there as well. I've yet to see anybody really deal with her well off stage. I don't know if it's just because, like, the options that she has, or it could obviously be a player thing as well. I mean, that Min Min's recovery, is a little bit more lackluster, so you have to kind of mix it up the best way you can. But I'd like to see somebody deal with her off stage. But as I say that, Max, it looks like the shoe is on the other foot, man. Rob, no hitbox, not recovery. Sometimes just a sitting duck coming back to the ledge. Min Min wants all parts of that.
Yes, she will absolutely deal with you off stage if you can't do it to her. And I think Rob lacks one of the crucial tools necessary to edgeguard tethers, which is like a fox or wolf style nair that just lingers and can intercept her as she's reeling in. You're going to see it be a little bit more difficult for a character like Rob to do it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm liking the pressure up underneath there with the up airs. Don't let her land for free. Try to keep Min Min off her feet as much as possible. She's at her most vulnerable up there in the air, surprisingly enough, right?
Yeah, and she does still have the dive kick with down air to bust herself out of a bad spot when she's being juggled. But either way, looks like Kuroponzu is doing pretty well. Never mind, takes a megawatt to the face, dies right off the top. We're going to see a little scramble at the ledge here. Looks like Omuatsu's fine so far, but oh, there we go. There's a perfect edge guard, knowing that the air dodge is going to put him in enough lag to follow up with that forward air.
There you go. I asked and I definitely received what I was looking for. You got to figure out a way to deal with her. I know it's a task easier said than done, but it is possible. But good Lord, I got to say, Max, getting off of that ledge does not look very possible at all, man. When she's tossing a 1-2 and then turning her back to as well, throwing you off, giving you that false sense of security, making it seem like you can come back. Min Min is dangerous.
Because she's able to use B to throw out her other arm. She can hold on to Rob's gyro and just punch him from afar. Such an annoying strategy we've seen time and time again over the course of Smash history. Sometimes you just snag that character's item, whether it's Diddy, Rob, Peach, whoever it is, and then use your B moves or Z-drop aerials and just deny them such a strong option.
That's right. Denying all fun at the ledge right there, courtesy of that down tilt. Rob, so dangerous up close in person. I feel like that aspect of Rob used to get slept on a lot, but we're starting to see more of it. Good Lord. Min Min getting way up there, trying to keep the pressure going. We talked about Min Min being off of her feet, but, you got to kind of keep Rob off of those wheels as well,
Oh, good Lord. Nair into double arms right there. 50 damage. Omuatsu starting to build quite the lead for himself. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, just going to keep Rob at bay. Gets a little too close for comfort, but backs right up. Of course, one of the amazing things about Min Min is that she can move vertically and horizontally while throwing her arms out. Creates such ridiculous pressure, and so does the gyro off stage.
I might have asked for a little bit too much. I didn't mean to curse these players, okay? I just wanted to see them play some good old-fashioned, healthy Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo Switch. But I guess they're bringing the competition heavy here. No surprise. And yeah, Rob up close at the ledge. Again, I can't... Wait. Hold on, Max.
Oh,
Hold
no.
on. Max, wait a minute.
So tragic. Oh, Kuroponzu taking a dive off the stage right there. He had so much presence at the ledge, gyro in hand, ready to go. And we all know how dangerous Rob's ledge traps are. That could have been a moment for him to make a comeback. Maybe that arm rotor off the stage to close it out. But no, instead, just a little bit of a... I don't know, brain freeze? I don't even know what to call that, but Kuroponzu's going to give up game one.
Brain freeze, analysis, paralysis. I mean, there's so many definitions, but honestly, I don't know if any of them do that moment right there justice. That was just unfortunate, Max. Let's just call it for what it is. But, you brought up the subject of edge guarding and traps. Of course, there aren't very many characters in the game that can do it as proficient as a character like Rob, just with the tools and just everything that character can do physically. But we almost seen shades of that like towards the middle of that match. I think I seen him throw gyro down at the ledge, trying to turn it into something, but of course being able to use get up attack through it, kind of thwarting those efforts. So I'm interested to see how this one's going to play out. It's not in the Japanese player or any player of this stature's nature to let an SD really get to them, and from what we've seen from the Japanese players, in years prior, they stay very solid mentally. They don't wear their emotions on their sleeves a lot of times when they play, so you don't really know what's going on in their head. But I tell you, when you win, you will know it, and that's when you get on the sticks with them, man. They are very dangerous.
Yeah, definitely have a reputation for being kind of ice cold, whereas the American players and European players have more of a heart and mental based game. You know what I'm saying? Momentum, I guess, is super important. But in Japan, these guys, they just stick to the plan. They execute every time. And oh, look at that. Kuroponzu responding immediately with 65% after the SD and counting. Hold up. Okay, 75 clean before getting interrupted. Yeah, he's going to shake that one right off, Rod.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, coming out with some Min type energy here. Oh, I like the tomahawk to the turnaround grab. But of course, Min, the distance demon that she is, she's always going to create herself a little bit of space to keep those robotic arms off of her. Okay, there's the forward throw. Obviously not looking to go off stage. What's the point of that, Max, when your arms go so far out?
Yeah, Min can just stay back. Doesn't have to commit too much. Wow, okay, the Megawatt going to connect right there. 100%. It's back to dead even. This was so good for Kuroponzu and his Rob at the beginning.
So Kuroponzu, a sniper at the. I feel like their favorite games to be Switch, Max. One's favorite game is Smash. The other one's Apex Legends. But with the offstage pressure I'm seeing from Kuroponzu, I think we might have got the stats wrong. Who knows?
That's true. This man is sharpshooting. Wow, jab block into up smash. All right, cleans up the first stock, setting the pace after a terrible SD at the end of things. Man, that was just like out of nowhere. Oh. Drags him off with side B, looking for a back air perhaps, but he's not going to find it. Min's recovery kind of sneaky good.
Right.
It's not great.
It's obviously not the best one in the world, but it certainly gets the job done. I mean, it does what the message was, but what I am very concerned about is if you miss an edge guard and she gets back to the ledge for you, she switches arms real quick, dude, you might not get back from the ledge, so you really have to make sure you're more calculated with those edge guards. She can turn a bad situation to a good one very quick. My goodness, taking words right out of my mouth right there. Only 81%. As for a character like Min, all it takes is one solid conversion, or honestly just one punch placed properly to bring it back.
Yeah, this character's damage output is ridiculous, especially if you line up the double forward smash into the Dragon Fire. It's just so much in such a short span of time. We're going to see the Ram coming out, though. Just wants a little bit of that space control. Of course, the Ram curving up vertically and having much better frame data than the other arms, but doesn't look like Kuroponzu is going to even give him the opportunity to capitalize on that.
Oh yeah, you can't. You gotta get Min off stage, and I'm loving the switch right there. We didn't see it so much in the beginning of game one, but I feel like we're kind of electing to, maybe not interact so much in the neutral, just trying to expose that one or two glaring huge weaknesses that a character has. And I guess in Min's case, it's kind of how she gets back to the stage. I mean, she's not terrible in the air, but when she's on the receiving end of a beating out there, she could use a little help. Okay.
Yeah, and Rob, of course, being able to fly with his up B gives him a lot of flexibility in terms of the edge guards. Again, we said he lacks that Fox Snare type of move to just hit the tether, but it looks like you can just chase her really deep anyway.
Oh, whoa, just runs right up and goes for it. Getting fancy with the footwork. If there was ever a time to stretch your stuff, it's certainly now.
Yeah, okay. Catching Kuroponzu holding shield for sure.
Yeah, respectfully. I mean, it'd be very unwise to drop shield versus Min. Goodness. Not allowing any sort of real access point back to the stage. Goes for the throw. Yeah, you're at 100 billion%. You got to keep in mind she does have a kill throw.
Yeah, it's such a good way to complete this character's moveset. She scares you into blocks so effectively. All right, we're going to see Kuroponzu yet again pressuring at the edge. He's got the gyro. Not going to run off this time. Weak up tilt into grab. Yeah, well, wait. Oh!
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Production. I just feel like I kind of want to replay, and I know we're not doing them, but I would just love to see that moment right. If somebody could just, because I don't even have enough time in the world to break down every punch and throw right there. If somebody could just clip that and just send that I know they hate when commentators say clip that, but I want that one for myself. I'm hanging that one up on the fridge. That was some pristine gameplay, Max.
Yeah, and you could tell that he psyched Omuatsu out pretty hard, not even ready to tech underneath Pokemon Stadium 2. And guess what, dude? Even if he did, pretty sure that man was still dead. Because Min's tether, how is it going to reach the ledge from underneath there?
It's just, I seen he had the gyro in hand, threw it down. Now, just subconscious programming, when I see a Rob do that, I'm like, oh, an up smash is on the horizon. It missed. He was still able to keep the combo going with up tilt. I'm like, yo, talk about situational awareness 24/7, 365 of your character. Beautiful gameplay, man. Wow.
Yeah, and not just any up tilt. He only caught the weak hitbox and still picked up a grab off of it. Translated that into the offstage pressure that won in the game. All right, Kuroponzu, he's back on the board. I mean, by all measures, this could have been 2-0 in his favor right now. So I'm sure he's just going to channel the momentum he was able to build by putting one on the board. And Omuatsu, I mean, he got a lucky break in game 1. I want to see him start turning it up, get a little bit more of an even set in terms of the feel of things, not just on the board. Oh!
Got a little too excited too early, Max. But you know, you see a Rob spike like that, especially after a very strong opening, you can't help but to make just a little bit of noise. Am I right, my man? So great business right here. Of course, playing the floor is lava. The up airs and then the down air to get you off the ledge to the scoop on the up smash. Getting full usage out of these big old hitboxes that Rob has.
All right, Omuatsu bleeding out pretty hard here. Finally with a chance. Gonna put Rob on the ledge. No character really enjoys coming back from that position against Min Min, but looks like Kuroponzu is gonna fight his way out, uses projectiles to his aid. Yep, gets down with Nair. And what's the setup gonna be at the ledge here? Oh,
that's awesome. Oh, but not covered enough. A back air at the ledge is gonna close that one out.
He just plants himself right back on the ground with down air. 2 arms for your money right there.
That's right. Yeah, and again, you know, just a little preemptive on how they want to get back on the center stage versus each other. I mean, these are 2 characters where if they're positioned properly on any stage, they can make your life a living hell. Just when it comes to something as simple as, I mean, in this game, I mean, you know, the name of the game, of course, is to keep your feet on the ground and, you know, at least to your liking. But these 2 characters, I mean, they take that philosophy and they just really take it from you and they just milk it, man. So great business right here. Both of these 2 characters, 2 stocks apiece, but this bleeding not stopping here.
Yeah, Omuatsu with an incredibly quick response to that first stock, then taking a whole bunch of damage, but dealing it right back. This is the definition of a back and forth match. I think it's anyone's game. Oh, going for the chase with Rob to the top of the screen, locks his options off, snipes him with a gyro and a forward air to take the boost from the up B. Yes, get out of here. 1 stock left for Omuatsu here in game 3.
That's right, letting him know that this is my stage and I'm loving the traps. You know, sometimes it's not even about just like a frame trap on stage or, you know, how, you know, crazy my projectile game is. You know, I mean, of course, with Rob, you know you're going to get that whether you're playing the character or if you're fighting against the character. But what I really liked right there was that was just really all positioning. I mean, just the presence of mind, just the threat of being that close to me off stage was enough for you to really put yourself out in a bad position, but hanging out at that ledge could arguably be even worse than being off stage versus Rob. You got to get up when you're fighting against Min Min, but can you get back from that?
Oh!
My
Not
God.
quite. Wow, beautiful setup. These spikes from Kuro, just out of this world, honestly. His offstage play has been incredible and just showing that Rob really does have the juice to make sure Min Min can't come back to the stage. By the way, I just want to point out, I think if Min Min's holding the gyro and she uses her B arm first, because that puts her in the arm stance, she can't do an item throw, so she also gets access to the A arm right afterward. It's not just one that you can play with, and that kind of just clicked for me in that game as I saw it toward the end. Omuatsu was throwing both arms out with the gyro in hand. That's so dangerous against Rob. I would guess that this matchup is kind of hard just because of that, but it seems that the gyro and laser and just Rob's up-close moves are kind of a challenge for Min Min here.
Yeah, as they should be, respectively. I mean, you know, when the character first came out, we talked about, you know, what characters ride away. Just looking at her at first glance and just the community knowing what they know about fighting games, Smash, you know, other games like this, you know, any characters that can kind of box her up really good up close would be a problem for her. So by that logic, we just thought, oh, just the rats, right? But keep in mind, Rob, I mean, it's not as slept on as it was, you know, in iterations prior, but the boxing game up close is dangerous, okay? So you gotta stay on the up and up about that. Here we are, we're moving into the next game right here. I mean, a potential final game depending on how it plays out. And this match starting out the way the last one is, I mean, you got it. Look, they say it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, but I'm seeing it from both ends of the spectrum here.
Oh, Omuatsu using the arms to defend himself on his way back up. You can rise while performing that move, even after you've already pressed the A button. You can jump during it. So very interesting ways that Min Min can protect herself coming back to the stage.
Gets the reverse in there. No platforms here, mind you. That adds an extra layer of just, I don't I don't know what you want to call it, but there's an extra layer of something that's been added here.
Switch back to the Ram. Okay. And now the Megawatt comes out. Yes, 92%. The stock is primed for the picking.
Okay. The precision online. Gotta admire that.
Ooh, snapping right to the ledge with that up B, getting past the gyro on its way down. A little clank action here, but nobody's going to come out on top of that exchange. Oh, finally.
Oh my God, yeah, you got, sorry, just I mean to cut you off, but I want to talk about how important the gyro is, but no gyro needed, just the up smash from right underneath. But I mean, it's not out of character to be very mindful of where the gyro is, not even just versus Rob in general. I just, like, just looking at how those last couple matches went down, that was kind of the pain of his existence. So, I mean, it makes sense that he has, like, preemptive measures in dealing with that in this game.
And we're going to see Omuatsu kind of back up a little bit, afford Rob a slight opportunity to take center stage, and Kuroponzu going to do just that. All right, great parry. Oh, but runs right into the Megawatt neutral air. That move is so dangerous. He can't take too many more of those on this stock. Building up some good extra credit. Ooh, and he's still alive. All right.
That's right. But for how much longer? Gets the Dragon Breath and caught in this corner here. I mean, one part of me wants to say you got to get out of the corner versus Mimim. The other part of me wants to say, yeah, you got to get in on her. But, you know, in both those two ideologies, they are both equally as difficult to deal with for obvious reasons there. Rob again off stage and being able to even this thing up stocks-wise. The percents keep telling a slightly different story, but as we've seen here with both these two characters, all it really takes is one touch. You can be in a very bad position for yourself.
Omuatsu taking 30 off the gyro, taking him to 50 with another swing of that dragon. What? You're dead? Get out of here.
I mean, he's saying just that to him. 100%, man. Oh my goodness, easy come, easy go. Yes, you got to keep it neck and neck here. I mean, I wouldn't imagine this late in the bracket seeing any player, you know, steamroll over anybody else. I think all the players here have certainly earned their spots. So all these should be very close.
You see that Ram catch Rob out of the air. That upward swing on that arm, man, it's just so good for maintaining space. Uh-oh, we got some loops. We almost got another spike. The gyro going to send him right back off stage, but get up attack. Saving Omuatsu's life right now.
Yeah, that's twice in a row it's done that. Again, being mindful where Rob's tools are at all times. I mean, you lost a lot of stocks off stage to that. And then, of course, you have to deal with it up at the ledge. You know what Rob gets off the gyro if you roll off that ledge incorrectly. Okay, there's the laser, no platform, so you got to toss out a hitbox to cover yourself.
Oh, Rob jumping off the ledge to safety. Two pairs. Oh, and a Megawatt. Wow, that took him out off the top. Okay, Omuatsu back on the board here. 2-2. We're going to a fifth and final game of this set. What an incredible winners finals. Two characters that you might think are a little bit boring to watch just due to their long-range keep-away nature. But, man, these two have brought the heat. Kuroponzu and Omuatsu. One of these guys is going on to Grands.
Well, you know, one thing about the Japanese players is, you know, when it comes to those, you know, stereotypes about how characters are played and so on and so forth, like, you know, they get a free pass, okay, because they make these characters look hype. Like, I don't care. I mean, they could be playing Sandbag Max, you know, right? And the character's going to be hype. So, you know, but yeah, 100%, you know, we're just getting, you know, really great matches. And I'm happy that we're getting 5 games as well. You know, kind of goes back to what I talked about earlier. You know, there's just no universe in which anybody wants to see a 3-0 right now. I mean, if you're up this late, you might as well just truck through the whole thing. I mean, this is the final part. So we should all be wishing for 5 games. Okay, it makes for great storytelling, it makes for great bragging rights, and of course it just makes for an even better viewing experience. So very excited.
Cannot agree more, man. Just want to see some good Smash, and these guys certainly delivering on it. Okay.
Final game here, Max. My heart's beating out his chest. I got to keep it a second. This is just the first game. We got a couple more, you know, intense ones like this. So I'm ready. Let's get it.
Let's see, how is this winners finals going to conclude? It's going to be right where we started, Pokemon Stadium 2. Of course, the stage that most sets usually kick off on. No surprises here. Love that up B from Omuatsu, just keeping Rob at bay from above. And that's like the one way she has to cover above and in front of her. Not quite a 45-degree angle. It's much steeper than that. But still, just hits a good blind spot for her. Wow. Oh, toasting him.
My goodness. I mean, and we talked about how close these matches can be, but in the beginning, it always seems like one side pulls ahead and the other one has to play from behind. Now, obviously, that is the nature of all fighting games. But the length in which some of these, you know, exchanges have been right as the match set start, I mean, they get like a quick 50, 60%, and then it just goes unanswered for seconds. Oh, wait a minute. Wait,
How's that for an answer?
I know, right? They can hear me from all the way over there.
Oh, and Kuroponzu evens it right back up, basically tied at 90. Now slips into the lead. What's the ledge trap gonna be? We've seen that back air catch neutral get up repeatedly, and yes, another instance of that. The laser off the tether. Are you done?
Wait,
Yes,
what the
but you're
heck?
both done.
What the heck? Both of them bumping their heads down there. Beautiful exchange right there. I mean, that was just great offense, met by some even a better defense, but opening up right here with the double up here to the double nair. Can I get a spin to win? Okay, I gotta calm down. I'm not in Vegas, all right? I can't be betting big up here. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can.
Oh, is she alive to that? Yeah, I didn't think so. The directional air dodge being the death sentence for Omuatsu there, but I mean, he didn't really have anywhere else to go. It was pretty much 6 one way, half dozen the other in terms of his ways to die.
Yeah, definitely stuck in a very unfortunate position, man. That wasn't pretty. But you know, earlier we talked about how to do it Min on stage. We're definitely seeing it at its highest extent right here. I mean, I hope the players out there that aren't playing right now are certainly taking notes.
Here we're gonna see Omuatsu looking for some way to close this out at the left side of the stage. Not quite finding the kills, getting repeated resets into this ledge trap situation, but just nothing too meaningful yet. Needs to pop him in the face with that megawatt. That's why you're seeing him not even bother to change the arms. He just needs that kill power right now.
That's right. Electing to play the long game. Rob in the lead doesn't mind playing that to some degree. I mean, you have to come to. Oh no, you did not. No, you did not.
Wow. God. I don't even know what to say about that. So many stocks taken by way of Rob's down air, just sending Min to the depths, not letting her come back. Not a chance, especially at such low percents. It's crazy to see her just getting evaporated like that. But that is the power of those robo burners.
Yeah, sometimes you crank that Soldier Boy, sometimes that Soldier Boy cranks you. All right, that's the way you look at that right there. That was wow. I mean, I got what I asked for. I wanted great matches. I wanted to go down to the wire. I wanted to